Welcome to Series 3 of Dungeons and Dickheads. Last time, as the only one left standing during the battle with Helios, Ronson watched as the necromancer he had made a deal with was able to push its way back to the realm of the living, bringing with it an army of death, focused on destroying Helios completely. Not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, whilst the various armies continued to tackle the Sun Dragon, Ronson showed some character development by bringing Tok back from the brink of death, who in turn did the same for Porkeye. The party picked up where they left off, attempting a convoluted plan involving an undead horse, dynamite, and the reanimated arm of a giant skeleton. Meanwhile, however, the army of death and the remaining giant purple worm were having much more success and dealt a final blow to Helios. There was no time for celebrations, however, as the army of death, having been very transparent that their deal with Ronson was over, possessed the dying spirit of Helios, taking shape as a giant ghostly skull in the sky, replacing the light of the sun. A week later, after resting fully, the party met their new butler/housekeeper, Jenkins, who got them up to speed with everything they'd missed. The army of death had brought with them a never-ending darkness, spelling disaster for all life. Going through their correspondence, the group decided to start by going to see Prince Johann and Ocean Song at the palace. Yeah, last time you read your letters, decided you were going to go to the palace. Are you going straight there? Anything you want to do before you head out of your house?
I'll do a poo, I suppose, before I go. Just make sure I'm travelling light.
Yes, has everyone taken the toilet breaks they need? Ronson?
Yes, all deployed, thank you.
Yes, well, I do hope you lit a candle, did a spray, and opened a window.
I always liked candles. I keep a little collection of scented central candles in my bedside cabinet for use solely with lovemaking.
Well, I hope you put them to good use one day. Obviously, they've never been burnt.
There's one with your name on it, Tok.
Yes, well, I can see they've probably never been burnt before, have they?
Luckily, with you just being called Tok, 3 letters, did it take me long to etch your name into the side?
It's bedside cabinet, did you say?
Yes.
Noted.
You know the one, cheeky.
I had a shit.
Fantastic. I'm glad we have one toilet that we all communally share to have our shit.
I mean, it is canon that actually you've all got your own toilets, but, you know.
I use Ronson's.
Is that in the Wikipedia?
It isn't, I'll add it.
Right, yeah, if you we'll wait.
Well, this is the throne room, you know? The one singular toilet.
Wait,
This is
ironically,
used
you
for
are
that
actually
purpose.
meant to be going to the throne room, but a different one.
Yeah.
Yes, well, we do need to go to the other throne room now. Everyone.
To the royal shitter.
So this is the first time you've properly been outside since the whole, death god stuff. You know, like in January when it's 6 a.m. and it's bloody horrible. It's like drizzly and cold, and you've got to drive all the way to work. It's like that.
Well, what an exciting start to season 3.
The weather is like England.
Welcome back. You started off with something really exciting.
Welcome back, everyone. It's raining.
The second season of Severance has just started after like a 3-year gap. It starts with a very exciting scene. This is what we need today. You need something to hook the viewers in.
Isn't that exciting?
We're going with gritty realism.
And shitey shitting on the toilet.
You guys have unleashed eternal British weather on this fantasy world.
A
This is what
turtle.
you've done. This is what you've done to me after 2 years. Like,
On top of toilet speaking,
Yeah.
we've now got bad weather.
Bad weather and eternal depression. So you make your way to the palace. There's no one around because, as I said, it's bloody horrible outside. The guards let you straight through. They know that you're being expected. And as you make your way into the large throne room, it's been decorated since the last time you were there, when you basically destroyed it with a fight. You see Prince Johann, late 20s, of blonde mousy hair. Ah, my friends, I'm so glad to see you up and about. I trust Jenkins and the staff are meeting your expectations.
Hello.
Yes, is very, very good, especially at cleaning up our toilet. I've put him to good use.
But could I request, please? I would like one of those little chocolates on my pillow, please, each night.
Yes, if you speak to Jenkins, I'm sure he can arrange it.
Well, could you pass it on to me? Would you like to, preferably a mint chocolate?
So, I'm the Crown Prince of Flamekeep, and
Yes.
we're in the middle of the biggest disaster we've ever known. And you would like me to ask your butler to put chocolates on your pillow?
Who better to
could.
entrust with such a task?
And maybe scatter some rose petals on the sheet, strawberries on the bedside cabinet, maybe. Something like that would be nice. Thank you very much, if you could.
He turns to Ursula Oceansong, who's also there, and says, "Are you sure these are the right people for us to ask?" And she just looks back and kind of half smiles. Well, they were very helpful last time. I'm sure they're just getting over what must have been a very traumatic experience.
I went to bed, nothing on the pillow. I was devastated.
Whilst you've been dealing with that trauma, obviously the appearance of the giant skull in the sky has caused quite a bit of panic, as you probably imagine. We're seeing quite a lot of impact already. Farmers, their crops are failing. There's only so much time before the livestock starts to die too, and obviously everyone's looking to us about what we're going to do to help them.
Well, can't you get the mages in the college to just cast some fake suns in the sky?
Well, the problem is this darkness, wherever it's come from, it completely nullifies any sort of magical light. It's most disturbing.
Would I be right in saying that part of the perturbance that people are feeling is looking up and seeing the big skulls in the sky?
That big singular skull, yes.
Yes. Do you think maybe it would help if they closed their eyes?
Possibly. It doesn't help make them forget the big skull in the sky.
Write it down. Could you write that down, please, next to the chocolate on the bed? Write that down. Maybe put a proclamation out. Close eyes.
Whilst she's seeing her fiancé getting more and more frustrated, Oceansong stands forward and said, "We do have a plan, though, to address the food issue. So, my people out in the deeps of the sea, we thrive on plants that grow deep beneath the ocean. If they are still abundant under the darkness, we could come up with an arrangement with my father to share those supplies, get some supply chains going, make sure that we can support each other, and basically give a bit of confidence to our people."
Oh, hang on. I'm the deep sea ambassador.
Yes, and therefore is exactly why we've asked to bring you here. So I would like you to escort me to the Bitter Sea to go and see my father and my people.
Which Bitter Sea do you want escorted to?
The north of the Bitter Sea.
Which Bitter Sea, though?
The bit that's up there in the north.
Gotcha. Yeah, we can do that.
There is one other thing. Since we uncovered that Springwell and the nanny were behind the plot to make sure we got married and oust Johann's father from the throne, but since then, the only communication I've had with my father is by letter. He tells me he knew nothing of their plan, but I do need to be certain. So, as I said, I will be coming with you to the sea. When you're ready...
To see the sea.
To see the sea, yes. When
to
you're
see
ready,
the sea.
Meet
the Bitter Sea.
Which Bitter Sea?
Which bit of the sea do you want to see?
You'll be able to see all of the sea, unless, of course, you close your eyes, as you suggested.
Who's on first?
Oh, I do have one other ask, and she looks to Ray. I'm very excited to see what hat you're going to wear.
Ray has a little sailor's hat. And he might don that, he might not. Depends how cheeky he's feeling.
Oh, Ray's here, is he? I don't seem to remember seeing him for quite a while. You know, when all the shit was going down.
He was there. He had his general hat on. He was
Yes.
cosplaying as General Patton, not Mike Patton from Faith No More. That's a different person. General Patton.
Standing at the back.
If you remember from last time, you know, that trauma also brought on some character development for Ray, who was traumatized by seeing Hawkeye die.
So Ray takes off his froggy hat, pulls out his cheeky little sailor hat, puts it back into his froggy hat, and then pulls out one of those big old-timey metal scuba diving helmets and just starts walking really slowly off. Isn't he a cutie pie? Look at him.
And yeah, Ocean Song's beaming. It's like, I do need to find myself one of those. It'd be lovely if I could get a little plush toy of the little fella.
You'd have to join the Patreon for that.
Hashtag plug. Right, so are you going straight to the docks? Anything you want to do in the city before you head off to go and
What shops do we know about in the city?
So after about 5-10 minutes walking, you arrive at the bazaar. Big sort of open market. It's quite quiet, as you've come to expect recently, but there's lots of shops about. Where are you heading first?
Hawkeye would like one of those T-shirts that changes colour when you're sweating.
I mean, you could go to the magical clothing store and see what they've got.
Can you get, mood rings? T-shirt. Can you get a T-shirt that's like a mood ring?
Can Ronson get a mood cock ring?
Next year's Patreon exclusive.
Right. Oh, no.
Hello.
Well,
Are you in the market for a new cock ring? Well, let me tell you about Ronson Diego Bentus approved cock rings.
Want to know if they're in the mood? Check his ring.
The tightest cock ring on the market.
Do you want a bit of blue? Well, let's have a look. You are correct. It's turned blue, and he's ready to moo.
Or do you?
Do you is what I was
Designed purely for her pleasure.
Right, better go to Wish and get a load of fucking mood rings, I don't know.
I run straight to the clothing shop, dragging, pebbles and trying to drag Hawkeye with me. So I'm very excited about shopping.
So
why are you dragging me? It was my idea.
Yeah, but I'm excited, so you walk very slowly.
I've got little legs.
Exactly, that's why I'm dragging you.
But I've got little legs.
So there's a very bored-looking tiefling stood at the stall. On seeing you, you kind of perk up, go, "Oh, hello,
Hello.
how can
Hello.
I help?"
I'm here for a armour that changes colour when I sweat.
Oh, armour that change
I'll take whatever I can get.
We've got that Inditer t-shirt, an overshirt. It's quite hard to get that in armour. I'll be honest. Enchanted armour is quite difficult, but we do have some magical t-shirts.
What do they do?
They
Apart from the
change
sweat
colour when you
thing.
sweat.
That's not much magic. That's just sweaty magic.
Well,
Isn't it precisely what you were looking
I
for?
want better magic than that.
I mean, to be fair, all T-shirts kind of change colour when you sweat. You know, it will go from a grey to a much darker grey.
But these ones change to a lighter grey, so it doesn't look like you're sweating at all.
But surely you would know that under the arm patches they would be a lot lighter grey. So you'd probably go, oh.
When you sweat, it changes from the darker grey back to the lighter grey of the original colour of the t-shirt, so it all blends in.
Right. So basically it just hides the fact that you're a sweaty bastard.
Yes.
But not very well.
Hawkeye could definitely do with some of those.
Do you have any underwear that does the same job?
Well, I'm sure if you give me a few days, I could have a word with my contacts at the Macy's College and get something spun up for you.
I'd like some pants that change that flash when my balls are sweaty.
How bright are we talking with this flash?
Oh, neon.
Okay, well, of course, I need a deposit, but I can probably get one in a couple of days.
You want a deposit for my pants?
Of gold.
How many?
Oh, let's make it 50%. 50 gold, please.
100 gold for a pair of flashy pants.
Well, yes, they're flashy pants. I've got to pay the wizards.
I would like some extra magic with them, please, for that amount of gold.
Would you like a surprise?
I'd love a pant-based surprise.
A surprise in your
I'd love a surprise. I will deposit. I will give you pant deposit for a pant surprise.
Okay, well, if you come back in a couple of days, I'll have something spun up for you.
Lovely stuff, thank you.
Do you have anything waterproof, water repellent, water resistant?
Oh, yeah, we've, so he's rummaging around some of the rails and stuff behind the counter, and pulls out a bright yellow coat. Says, yes, this is enchanted with water repellent magic. So quite good at keeping you dry, particularly at the moment, because I don't know if you noticed, but it's a bit rainy outside.
Well, I mean, this looks absolutely fabulous. We are going near the ocean. Do you have anything to cover my... And I just stick out a hoof, like, and just put it straight out in front of him with my nice boots on.
Maybe somewhere. Disappears for a couple of minutes and comes back with some big and again bright yellow flippers. Says, I'm sure we could adjust the opening here so it could fit.
Okay. Well, and do you have anything in? And I just take pebbles off my head in cat size.
How much water are you talking about? Are you talking just rain or?
Well, I've just told you the ocean.
Just a bit of the ocean.
Just a little bit, though. Yes.
We don't really have much. I tell you what we do have. And he pulls out. It's just a bit of it's just a bit of rubber, but he starts blowing into it and blows up basically a big rubber ring. Your cat could use this. You could float nicely on top of the water.
Yes. Well, how much is all of this going to set me back? The flippers, the coat, and the
big rubber.
The big rubber ring.
Altogether, that'll be $250.
Now, you do know that we are the saviours of the city previously, correct?
Yes. Do we get a hero discount?
Looks around and says, big skull in the sky, eternal darkness, continued British weather. Doesn't feel like the city's been very saved, does it?
Well, you see, we originally saved it, and we have been tasked by Prince Johann and Ocean Song herself to go and rescue the city again. So, if there are any types of discounts that you would like to give me and my party, we would greatly appreciate it, so we can get rid of this awful weather.
Hold on, you say you're working with the Prince and Princess?
Absolutely.
In that case,
we've just come from the palace.
500 gold. I ate them. I'm sure this is all their fault. Bloody... horrible people.
Well, I can assure you it's definitely not their fault.
How could you possibly work with those absolute toffs? I'm not working with them. Would you offer it to me for the original price?
Guarantee you're not going to use it to help them.
I'm certainly not those absolute royal twats. I hate them all. They're probably friends of Jeffrey Epstein or something like that. Epstein, that guy.
Roll me, I'll let you choose, Neil, either a persuasion or a deception check.
Persuasion?
Do you mean Joffrey Elfstein? Elf.
Yeah. What is it, a persuasion or a what?
Or deception.
I've got +4 for both, so it makes no difference, I guess. Oh, shitting hell. It's a 6.
Oh,
Have you added your 4?
Yes, it's still a 6.
No. I'm not quite... Look, you say you're not going to use it to help them, but it seems a bit convenient, doesn't it, that your friend here is going to go with them, and she wants the stuff.
Who said she was a friend? Look at her stupid feet. She's got hooves. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. What a weirdo.
And also, I said that we came straight from the palace because we were helping them. I didn't say we were friends. We're trying to save the city. Sometimes needs must.
Up the ambassador.
So, the shopkeeper says, I'll be honest, I could do with the sale. 200 and call it quits.
I appreciate that. And I hand 200 gold straight over to him.
Cool. So make a note, Submovic. You've got a rain-repellent raincoat, some flippers, and an inflatable... I said ring. I'm more thinking, like... It's not a ring, it hasn't got a hole in it, but just like one of those inflatables you put in the pool, like maybe put like a baby on it or something.
You shouldn't put inflatables with babies in a pool and not watch them.
All right.
Safety announcement.
I mean, yeah, it has to be said. Please don't try any of the stuff we suggest at home, but definitely don't try putting a baby on an inflatable in a swimming pool, because apparently that's really bad. I don't know.
Do not kill a baby by freezing it in a bathtub full of water. Dungeons and Dickheads
Correct.
top parenting tips.
I've written inflatababs in my notes. I hope that is something I will remember next week.
Yes.
Or in 2 weeks.
So, here's your... Are you having the t-shirt or you just want the pants? That's the...
Just the pants, please, and thank you.
Okay, so that's 50 for now, and you'll come back a couple of days, get that, and 200, and here's all of your wet weather gear.
I turn to the shopkeeper. By any chance, do you know of any good potion or herbalists or anything like that around here?
You just go around the corner, so go to the right and go around the corner. There's Mabel there. She's got some pretty good potions.
I walk round the corner to Mabel.
Cool, Mabel is over
Straight
here.
away.
Good morning, my dears. Out for a early morning shopping spree, are we?
Yes, we are heading towards a large mass of water.
Bit of water.
A bit of water. A large bit of water.
A bit of water. And I don't particularly want to go near it or touch it or have it on my skin. Have you got anything for that?
Get a raincoat from the guy around the corner.
I just pull out the raincoat and I look at her.
Well, I'll be honest, potion...
I don't want it on my skin. Well, yeah, just don't cover yourself up.
Yeah, I've got to say, this is probably the most I think I've made Neil laugh, and I'm pleased with that. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest here, potions are far better at protecting your skin from the weather than... No, other way round. Clothing is far better at protecting your skin from the weather than potions are.
Well, yes, but I would like that added layer of something. And if I have to stick my head in the water, I really don't want to be doing that. But do you have anything where I could breathe in the water?
Potions for that are a little bit unreliable, dear. The problem is when you don't really have much of an idea when they're going to run out. So, yeah, a few lawsuits and stuff. Most people use caps of water breathing.
I got one of them.
Well, he's got one, but I don't.
And I sell the potions.
I think you need to go back to the hat guy.
Well, he didn't seem to have anything.
You didn't ask.
Have we wasted half an hour just so Vic can breathe underwater?
I don't think we're actually going underwater. The princess lady said there was a special plan.
But Tok doesn't want to chance it. Listen. Well, do you just tip a potion onto a cap and then it works? Clueless.
Yeah. mean, if you've got anything that got anything that's already imbued with that magic, it kind of makes it, it kind of helps. But I mean, I can try, but there'll be no guarantees. Say, for example, you had the remnants of a cap of water breathing that you found buried underneath a tomb about 1.5 years ago. Maybe I could try and bring the magic back to it, but
I start rustling into Porkeye's backpack.
Oh, hey, mine's working still. Leave it alone.
No, trying to see if you picked up the remnants, because I don't remember. I do remember the remnants, but I don't remember if you picked them up.
I think you did.
Did I? I didn't think
one
I
of you
did.
definitely did. So this was the guy who, in the tomb of Paul Daniels, who turns out wasn't dead, there was a guy who was in a coffin and had been drowned, basically, and his cap of water breathing was ripped.
Maybe I did pick it up then.
One of you
I
did.
Don't have an...
Oh, I'm happy that you...
I root through everyone's backpacks until I find it.
Ah, well, yes. This does have the tingle of some magic about it. I mean, let me... It'll be 75 for the potion. I won't charge you anything for the actual imbuing process, but are you happy for the cost of the potion before I go ahead?
Absolutely.
And just so we're sure, you're using this at your own risk.
I can assure you, we didn't even talk about a cap of water breathing. You didn't imbue it with any magic. It is just whatever happens, happens.
Okay, so she goes to the shelf. There's like rows of sort of potions and some powders and stuff. Pulls out a flask of sort of bluey liquid and like some green like powder stuff. If just from where you can see, it kind of looks like it's crushed up like seaweed or something like that. She kind of mixes that together, takes the bits of like ripped hat off you, and kind of just smothers this stuff over the hat. She kind of tries to tidy it up a little bit. It's not a great hat. But it'll fit on your head, and she hands it back and says, well, good luck.
Oh, I think this is fabulous, and because it's got lots of holes in, it fits around my horns quite nicely. Perfect.
Dave, you're now going to have to make sure, Dave, that this gets used, or this last 45 minutes has been redundant.
I mean, I'll be fair, the last 2 years has been pretty redundant. So
You've got a good point.
Can you do the same thing with cock rings? Can you imbibe them with sparkly powers?
I'd rather not touch them.
Well, they wouldn't be used, would they?
Oh, okay, fine.
Rodson, have you got? Are they unused?
I do need to think really about whether we should be selling the cock rings at the local grogs. Of course, really, the roly sausage and a cock ring.
It's terrible news about that, isn't it? They only just got started.
You could call it a squeal deal.
Stop. What? Carry on. What was this?
Well, it's really hard to get hold of any wheat at the moment, isn't it? And the people are worried about the animals surviving. And
okay, I said this from the start. I said from the start, as soon as Grog started, Dave would find a way to sabotage it.
Excuse me.
Here it is now.
Who extinguished the sun and replaced it with the god of death? I mean, to be fair, you are on a journey to go and help with the food situation, so who knows?
Yeah, well, I think that should be priority one then, I guess. Let's stop all this bullshit. Let's get the song back so Grogs can get back up and running.
You're not going to replace the rolly sausage with like a seaweed roll?
No, for all you know, Dave, maybe we've been stockpiling meat and freezing it in case of emergencies. You haven't asked me about this, have you?
All of those enemies that we've killed, we've just been chopping them up and putting them in the freezer.
It's like Sweeney Todd.
Freezing them in a bathtub.
Yeah. You can't just now decide that all of a sudden Grogs is in dire straits because, there's no song. For all you know, we've been
There's no
stockpiling
song.
meat.
Well,
We've been stockpiling meat.
I do
If
know
anything,
because I have the
If anything,
spreadsheet.
people are going to need grogs more now. They're depressed, they're fed up. It's
Yeah.
like during COVID when Amazon, skyrocketed
but
even further.
they can
People
only
need
supply
grogs.
what they've got. If the cows are dying because there's no grass,
We've been
and no-
freezing the meat, Dave. We've been freezing the meat.
was
we've
only
been
going to last so long.
We've been slaughtering all the cattle we can get. No, what I'm saying, Dave,
The
is
meat's
so
not in question,
far-
it's the wheat.
In fact,
So
hold on,
Yes.
hold on. I know I said cows, but you went with it. So these rolling sausages are made of beef, are they?
No, they're made of the enemies that we've slain.
we've been freezing pigs. All right. So well, I mean, I imagine, to be fair, these rolling sausages, it's probably a bit of pig, bit of cow, bit of chicken, bit of dog. It's probably a bit of everything thrown in together.
That
Bit of
dog
steak.
died at Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. So all I'm saying is, Dave, is before you decide how this has affected grogs, consult with me first, because for all you know, I've made
Ups and bullshit.
precautions.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, that's all well
Well,
and
you're
good.
making it up as you go along. I can make it up as I go along.
That's
And
my
I
job.
have decided
That's what
that
I'm here
grogs has
for.
been stockpiling meat.
This is all well and good, Neil. You've been stockpiling meat, which is brilliant and a well thought out plan.
Yeah.
The problem is, though, the sun isn't stopping the fucking meat growing, is it? It's wheat, not meat.
Yeah, well, we've been stockpiling the wheat as well.
You can't freeze wheat.
Yes, of course you can.
No.
Of course you can. You can freeze
no.
anything. You can freeze flies.
But
You've just frozen shite.
Everybody, for podcast
Just a
listeners,
free shite.
everybody just froze.
just a comedy pause there.
You
Can't
can
freeze
freeze
me.
anything.
I've got a
Shall
little
we,
heater.
Right,
To be-
Dave.
Since just
The
before
stuff you had
Christmas-
planned out for today, Dave.
Yeah.
How far into it have we got
I was
percentage
going to say,
wise?
since before
5%.
Christmas, I've been stressing a little bit that I didn't have a lot planned for this session, and are we going to run dry? I've got 4 pages of stuff for today. We've done half of a page.
Yo, it's your boy Shitehawk, and I expertly play the character of Porkeye. I'm slid expertly into the halfway point of this here podcast to tell you about our Patreon. That's right, a podcast with a Patreon. Who would have thought it? But if you go to patreon.com/dungeons and D-heads, that's the word and D-heads, not dickheads, D-heads, you can see the wealth of stuff we are offering to you. Not loads of crap that you're never going to get through, just story specific and fun stuff in nice little snippets. So come just give us some money. A little bit of money. Just a little bit. Please. Please, we'll give you free stuff like Dave's diary, early podcasts, shout outs, fun little deleted scenes, exclusive character chats, and discounts on merch. Can't forget that. Go to patreon.com/dungeons and D-heads, or just click the little link that's in this podcast description. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Mabel, thank you so much for my cap of water breathing. Doesn't it look fabulous?
I thought you were
Now-
thanking somebody for a sub then or something.
Yeah, I did.
Thanks for
Mabel,
joining.
thank you so much. That's
Thanks
100
for-
I
bits.
was trying to get us
Thank
back
you.
on track.
Thanks for the raid.
Oh, so-
Welcome in, everybody. I'm Vickle Bowie here.
Right. Just for clarity, I'm not streaming. And secondly, I was trying to get us back on track, and Mabel is the shop owner that we're talking to.
And she's gave you a prime sub.
And she's given me a prime hat to put around my horns.
You bought your cap of water breathing. What else are you after, if anything?
Well, yes, do you have any healing potions, Mabel?
Yeah. I've got a stock of a pack of 5 great healing potions. It's like,
Only in a pack of 5?
oh yeah. I mean, I've got 2 packs of 5.
We don't sell them individually.
I mean, there's a label on the back that says I'm
Just
not allowed
buy
to.
some so we can go.
They are 100 gold each normally. A great healing potion, or 150. They're expensive.
You were listening to the first episode of the third season of Dungeons
If you
and
stop complaining
Dickheads.
about me shopping and actually let me shop, we'd actually get through this a lot
We've
faster.
really hit the ground running with this adventure.
Last time you moaned that you were fighting too long, so
That's the problem. I'm never happy. We're either fighting for 8 hours, or we're spending an hour Vic buying stuff that she's probably not gonna need.
I mean, you always need
I won't
healing
buy you a
potions.
healing potion then.
It's 400 gold for 5 healing potions. I mean, there's a little label on the back that says they're not to be sold separately, so I shouldn't really split them.
Well, actually, that's a very good deal for 5 healing potions. So, does anyone want to chip in for a healing potion at all?
No,
Or shall I keep all 5 for me?
keep
I'm
all
all right.
5 for you. I'm a healer,
I've got 94 hit points.
and I'm a very powerful mage wizard man.
Right, you are. I will take all 5 healing potions, please.
Here you go, dear.
And don't expect me to come pouring one of these in your mouth when you're losing your hit points. Your life, sorry. I don't know what these hit points are. 400 gold.
Smoke them up, Johnny. Smoke them up.
Lovely. 5 greater healing potions was that. Thank you, Mabel. You've been a great help.
Thank you, dear. Have a nice day.
Mabel, may I ask you a question? What's your biggest seller at the shop? What do you recommend?
The Viagra is quite a seller.
Well, I don't have any problem getting stiff, but thank you very much.
So I see.
Only just.
I'm not saying anything because I don't want to continue that trail. Someone say something.
I'm adding stuff to my inventory, Dave.
Is Shitey watching football? Is he watching us?
No, game's not until tomorrow.
You're watching us? We're on the monitor over there.
I'm looking at my stats. I'm planning ahead.
He's planning ahead. He's planning ahead.
I've got the map over there. I've got you over here. And I've got
I'm just
D&D
interested in.
Beyond up
I'm just
there.
interested in your eyeline. I was just interested in where everything was
I'm
situated.
looking at the map, seeing what's about. I'm D&D-ing. Fucking having a go at me for playing the game.
D&D. We haven't D&D'd for an hour. We've been at this for an hour.
I'm looking for opportunities to D&D. We're buying fucking magic potions. What more fantasy bastard do you want?
I want something exciting. Come on, we're off
Potions
now,
are
Dave.
exciting.
Dave, we're off to our next adventure, Dave.
Where are you going?
Wherever we decided we were going to do the quest.
Oh, the docks. Yeah, great.
Yeah, so we're there at the docks now.
You make your way over to the docks, which, much like the rest of the city, are eerily quiet, apart from a few voices coming from the biggest ship any of you have ever seen.
I don't know. I've seen some very big shits.
The HMS Big Ship.
Oh, ship. Sorry.
So, other than its size, you do notice one other thing very different about this ship. On either side of the hull are 2 large sheets of fabric, similar to the sails, but sort of horizontal and lined with a wooden frame. If you didn't know better, you'd say this ship had wings.
Are we flying? I search for Ocean Song straight away. See if I can see her at the docks.
She actually walks up from behind you. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Hello.
The greatest feat of engineering that Flamekeeper's ever seen.
Probably could have made it bigger if you used your hands instead.
It's marvellous. What is it? Could you explain?
It's the perfect combination of traditional seafaring and artificer technology to give us full domain over both the sea and the skies.
Oh, it's a flying boat.
Yes, in layman's term, yes, it's a flying boat.
Just who are you trying to impress? Just say it's a flying boat, mate.
My champions, may I present to you the jewel in our fleet,
A flying boat.
the Chimera.
I think that's a rubbish name. Can I change it?
It is the Chimera, named after creatures who...
Don't we call it Boaty McBoatface?
I'd like to call it HMS Floaty Flappy.
You may use whichever pet name you like for it, my dear poor guy, but this is the Chimera.
Floaty Flappy, got ya. I kept the HMS, you know.
as you're looking at this massive boat, it's sort of trying to work out how those wings are going to work. You see a small creature stepping off of the boat onto the dock. You immediately recognise him as a gnome. He has got little glasses perched on his forehead, and a coat that perhaps at one point used to be white. He seems quite flustered and sort of blustering about on the dock. And Ocean Song says, Professor, good to see you. My friends, let me introduce you to Professor Fernamos. Fernamos. Professor Fernamos. I wrote the name and I still can't fucking pronounce it.
You don't seem to know him very well now, do you, Ocean?
Professor Fernamos, if I put a hot drink in you, how long will it remain hot?
Probably 5 minutes.
That's not very good.
Not very good, is it? No,
not very good at all.
It goes to body temperature there quite quickly, doesn't it?
Well, that is how it tends to work for most living creatures. You'll find.
Hello, little man.
Quite slow out. He was making a joke about your name.
Because for the Thermos, yes. Oh, thermal. I understand. Yes.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like thermos. Yes, yeah, I can see you're sharp.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been very busy, very, very busy. And Ocean Songs, yes. This is the greatest mind in the Flamekeep. He is the genius behind this fantastic vessel.
Were there any other great minds considered?
Well, he is the foremost mind in aerodynamical engineering.
I see.
Look, Thermos, let's cut to the chase. We've really fannied about for about 60 minutes at the shops. What do we need to do? Let's get on the ship. Let's get to the adventure. Wow, what a cliffhanger. Now that was an exciting end to the episode. I say that these are all pre-recorded, so I haven't got a clue what happened. It could have been a bit lackluster. I suppose it happens, doesn't it? But please come back next week for more exciting adventures from these three buffoons. I'm not including myself in that, of course. And thank you to Stephen Ranking for whatever you do. I think editing, he edits or something like that. Same time next week, folks.
This podcast is part of Podomedy, the UK's podcast comedy network. Why not laugh at what else we've got? Visit podomedy.com.